Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining today. If this is your first time of seeing my face, please kiss this video by liking it, and do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, it's very important for us if you subscribe to this channel to support the movement. Thank you so much for understanding. So today I want to talk about some good news coming from the Canadian government. There are a lot of changes taking place in Canada right now, and there is a particular pathway that was open for internationals, that is pathway direct to permanent residents. But right now the pathway has been changed. There are some new laws, and I will be explaining some things to you here, so please make sure you stay till the end to watch this video. There are a lot of pathways you can use to move to Canada, but I usually say the easiest is the study pathway, and it is not that difficult to get a study visa if you do the right thing. However, there are other pathways, maybe job seeker visas, express entry, and all the rest. Now the news from Canada is there is a big announcement for express entry, and the government of Canada have changed the laws, or let me say the rules, of immigrants coming in as permanent residents to Canada using express entry. Before, express entry was point based, where you use your job, they use your education, marital status, Canada employment status, family in Canada status. All right, a lot of things to determine your language proficiency, your marital status, to determine if you are qualified in order to apply for the permanent residency. That is to say, if you are qualified, they would then invite you to apply for permanent residency to Canada using the express entry route. But now it is not going to be point-based system again. I think as of last 2 or 3 months back, the scores, the draws, or let me say the cutoff grade was 485. But right now there is a new update. Instead of going through point-based, they are now going to use working experience to select people from around the world, or invite internationals to apply for permanent residency. And I'm going to be talking about the categories that will be invited. They are going to be using 6 categories. That is to say, the government of Canada, before they invite you now, there are 6 categories you should belong into them before you can be invited. The first category include candidates with a strong language profession, or a strong French language profession. If you are working in a company, or let's say if you have some French skills and your French is very powerful, then if your profession is in French, they can invite you to Canada. All right. Then the other category include people from the healthcare sector. All right, the other category, I will talk about them. I will just want to list them all. Then after that, I will break them down and tell you some requirements or eligibility criteria you need to follow. Remember, I said this is how express entry is. So if you were in the pool of express entry before, you would need to take a look back at IRCC website. Now, then the other category, remember, is the third category now, are those who belong to the STEM areas. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. All right, so if you are a skilled worker, or if you have some working experience in these fields I'm calling, then you can then do the other necessary things and wait to see if you can be called up. You may consider filling the application again online. That is what I will say. There are updates, guys, so please do the necessary things. Then those of number 4, trade, those who are into trade like carpentries, all right, carpenters, contractors, and all the rest. Then those who are into agriculture, all right, this is a seat category now called those who are in the transport sector. That's transporters, that's those in the transport sector, those in agriculture, those in trade, those in STEM, those in health, and those in the French language professions. Now this is how you are going to be selected. If you belong to any of these, all right, you may consider checking the IRCC portal again for more updates to read again. Please make sure you do that. Then, to be limited to apply for permanent residency, you will meet one of the following criteria. There are criteria you still need to meet in order to be invited to apply for permanent residence. All right, so you need to understand this. But they will always bring out which particular profession. IRCC will always announce the profession that they are going to be inviting people to apply for, maybe 2 weeks before they do the invitation. You understand? So you may consider checking for more updates. All right, like I said, it's IRCC. Go to the express entry section and check. Now, requirements For you to be eligible to apply for any of these 6 categories, the very first one is the French. People who have a strong French language profession, you need to have French language requirements with a minimum score of 7 in all language abilities on the Nouvelle de Compétences Linguistique Canadiens. All right, this is the type of exam you are going to write. Details are found on IRCC. So you need to score at least 7 in all the abilities. There are 4 abilities. You need to score at least 7 in all in order to be invited to apply for any of the French language professions. IRCC will always announce which professions they are going to be selecting people from. Then still in that French language profession, you need to have a minimum requirement that will need. All right, there is a minimum requirement. Consider checking IRCC. I don't want to spare the details here, but please go and check it out. It's very, very important. All right, that is for the French profession. Then for those that are going to be going into the healthcare, that's with work experience now. All right, the healthcare sector is one. You need to have that is to say, have been in the profession for at least 3 years, and you must have worked at least 6 months continuously. That is to say, you need to have at least 3 years working experience in the health sector, and within these 3 years of working experience, you need to have worked continuously for 6 months, all right, before you can be selected. And in this same working experience, or let me say in this same health sector, these are the people that will be invited. You have people called chiropractors, all right, then you have people called dietitians, then you have nutritionists, then you have dentists, you have education counselors, you have instructors of disabled persons, then you have general practitioners, you have family physicians, family people and family physicians, or something like that. All right, this is for those that are in the health sector. I hope you understand. So if you now look at the IRCC portal, you are equally going to find those that will come from the STEM areas. I'm still going to make a video about this properly so that I explain it detailedly. Those that will come from STEM, those that will come from trades like carpenters, people with diplomas, people who are contractors, then those that will come from the transportation sector, and of course agriculture sector. Everybody has something to do here. All right, in as much as you have a job, you have something to meet here, but there are requirements and let me say eligibility criteria you must meet per sector. So you might consider checking it. All these details are found on IRCC, so please make sure you check them well. This is a new pathway for those of us we were waiting for points. All right, now it looks almost impossible to go with points. They are now saying that they will go with working experience depending on profession. Now my question is, do students also meet this one? Can students also, people in school, can they meet this? Well, let's check and see. It is on IRCC. So guys, we will continue again in another one next week. All right, I will bring more videos about this so that we understand what it entails. But again, like I said, if you are working already, please make sure you put more energy. This might just be the time for you to move to Canada. All right, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, subscribe to the channel so that we can build a platform together. Today's video, I want to talk about another pathway. If you do not have a lot of money to prove, all right, let's assume that you don't have a lot of money, you don't have people who can give you heavy bank statements to prove that you have money for 1 year living cost in Canada, and of course your tuition fee, then this is a visa category you should apply for. What is the name of the visa I'm talking about? This visa is the visitor's visa. I am going to talk about the documents you need in the US. Go and struggle as well. What is your use in Africa? Go and struggle there. All right, it's a way. Find your way, guys. Find a way. Yes, it's good. Find a way. If you have the money, if you have the means, find a way. What are you waiting for? Now, if you have the visitor's visa and you are moving to Canada, remember with the visitor's visa, you need to explain to the embassy or the Canadian authorities or IRCC where you are going to be visiting. They need to know. All right, it is a visitor's visa. Remember, you don't need a family member. If they give you an invitation, fine. If you have a conference, or maybe you have a letter to show that you want to attend a conference, fine. Okay, These are things that are important. But if you don't have, and you are going there, you are going out as who? As a tourist. You do not need a letter. All you need to do is to write a statement of purpose or a statement of intent explaining why you are visiting. I'm visiting for tourism. All right, touristic purposes. Fine. How many days are you going to be staying? You explain. Where are you going to be visiting? Don't tell the embassy that you are going as a visitor to Canada, and on their statement of intent, your statement of purpose, you are not able to say. What happens to you? What happened to the internet? Go to the internet. You have the Niagara Falls in Ontario. All right. Go to search touristic destinations in Ontario. You check 5 of them. If you are visiting for 7 days, and I will not advise you to go for a visit visa and you are staying more than 3 weeks, guys. Visa. Yes, some people will say that 2,000 is enough. No, to me, make it up, push it up. The higher, the better. The higher, the better for you. All right. Don't apply for a visitor's visa without these documents. I'm going to give you the documents soon. Go to these places that Canadians don't want to stay in there. Yes, a lot of them, they don't want to live in Saskatchewan. They don't want to live in British Columbia. Let's not consider British Columbia. Locate far destinations. All right, go to these areas that there are farm jobs people are not willing to take. When you go there, they will be willing to employ you. Go there, carry your certificates like this. Go there and search for a job. This is an opportunity. You shouldn't miss it. And you are not able to get a job. Come on. It is not normal. If you want to get a job, if you are serious to get it, if you are really passionate to live where you are not comfortable, then you will not joke with such a visa. So please make sure you go to these places. Don't locate places like Ontario. Of course,